Today, I want to tell you about the story of the mermaid and her birthday. A mermaid lived with her friend in the big and beautiful ocean. Today was a very important day for everyone because it was the mermaid's birthday. The little crab also likes this day very much because he plays with all his friends and has fun all day. The turtle was waiting for the party to start and go to his friends since he woke up in the morning. But this year's celebration was different from other years. Before the party started, the little oyster noticed that the children came to swim and thought to herself that they might see the mermaid. So she quickly went to the mermaid and told her that the children are getting closer and closer. Although the little crab was very scared to hear this news, but the mermaid greeted the children cheerfully and said that I would be happy if you were with me on my birthday. Everyone gathered around the mermaid's birthday cake. The children were very surprised to see the mermaid. I wanted to have a souvenir photo of this day to show everyone that there are kind mermaids. The mermaid happily agreed to spend the whole day with her friends and the new friends she met. It was time for the children to leave. Everyone was very happy, especially the little crab. Because, like every year, his friend had a great day. On a spring day, Sam's family went to the city park for a picnic to enjoy the beautiful spring season. When they arrived, Sam was not paying attention to the beauty of nature and the park. He was only playing on his tablet. The children in the park were busy playing and enjoying the beautiful park scenery. Suddenly, a beautiful butterfly came and sat on Sam's tablet. He was mesmerized by the butterfly's beauty and became interested in it. Sam followed the butterfly and saw it sitting on a stone in a nearby pond. He noticed the stone was very beautiful, picked it up, and examined it closely. He put the stone in his pocket and continued to follow the butterfly. This time, the butterfly sat on fruit from a pine tree. The pine tree fruit was so beautiful that Sam carefully examined it. He then followed the butterfly again, and it led him to a broken tree where a squirrel had made its nest. The squirrel had filled the tree with hazelnuts, which Sam found fascinating. The butterfly flew away, but Sam collected everything that the butterfly had shown him from nature and showed it to his father. Sam's father explained to him everything he had found. Sam had now become friends with nature, and whenever he went to nature or the park, he looked around and was always looking for adventure. He realized that nature is full of beautiful and lovable things, and he should always be friends with it. On a rainy day, a golden umbrella was lost among the hustle and bustle of the city and kept being blown from one side to the other by the wind until the wind took it to a beautiful and lush park. In the park, people were coming and going, and children were playing. The golden umbrella tried to make friends with the people and the animals in the park. It helped a little scared cat in the park so that it wouldn't be alone and afraid. In the winter season, when it snowed, it went over the children's head to keep them from getting wet and accompanied them to school. In the autumn season, it helped people in the park so that the wind and leaves wouldn't bother them. In the spring season, it went above the sparrows' heads to keep them from getting wet. Even after the rain, it helped the ants to cross the water and get to their home. It would sit by the park bench all year round and accompany anyone who needed help. After a while, the golden umbrella made many friends. It was no longer alone because it had found many good friends who all loved it. One sunny day, 3 boys were taking a break in the park and wanted to play football in the park. Jim, who had seen them in the park, came over and asked if he could play football with them. One of them told him that they couldn't let him play because they were 3, and if he wanted to play, they had to be 3 as well. Sarah and Rose, who had heard them, said they could be the other 2. Jim was very happy and told the boy that Sarah and Rose were his 2 other friends, and that way they would be 3. The boys laughed and said that the girls couldn't play football, especially Sarah and Rose, and that he would definitely play. When the game started, Jim kicked the ball hard with his foot, and the ball flew high toward their goalkeeper. He also caught the ball and said it was easy. Later, the opposing team fouled Sarah, and Jim kicked the ball hard towards the goalkeeper. The ball went into Jim's goal, but he said it didn't count because Sarah had committed a foul. Rose also said she saw Jim foul Sarah, but the boy said he didn't foul her and it was just his physical strength, and Sarah fell on her own. Sarah became upset and said the game had to be fair. She was determined to win and hit the ball with all her might. The ball went straight to the goal and scored. She repeated this over and over again, and all her shots were goals. The boys tried their best, but they couldn't keep up with Sarah and Rose, and they kept conceding goals. After the game, they realized that they should never cheat in a game and not underestimate anyone. One hot and sunny day, when the school bell rang, Lola happily walked home. All the way, she was thinking about her lovely bear, the doll, to get home and play with her. When she got home, she saw that his grandmother had also come, and she was very happy to see her. But when she went to the bear, she saw that her little sister was hugging him and sleeping. She thought to herself that if I take him away, she will wake up and cry, and Lola didn't want that. She was very sad and really wanted her doll. Grandma, who heard Lola crying, came to her and said, "Why are you crying?" She said that my little sister took my doll and slept. The grandmother, who understood that Lola is sad but does not wake up her sister, said to her, "You are a wonderful girl. Now go to the room and bring me the thread and the yarn." Lola went and found and brought the things that grandmother asked for. When she gave her thread and yarn, she asked her, "Grandma, what do you want to do?" she told her. "You must be patient." Grandma started sewing a new doll. When she sewed, then filled it with cotton. The doll kept getting more and more beautiful. Lola was very happy and enjoyed seeing her grandmother's work. Grandma was sewing dolls all night. When Lola woke up in the morning, she saw the doll. She was very happy because she was much more beautiful and bigger. Now both Lola and the little sister are happy. Once upon a time, a little camel lived in a big desert. One morning, when he got up to brush his teeth, he realized that his toothbrush was missing. That's why he didn't feel good. So he went out to find a sign of his toothbrush. He went and went and went until he reached a badger who lived near a village. He asked him, "Do you know where my toothbrush is? I need to brush my teeth every morning when I wake up." The badger said, "No, I don't know where it is, but maybe Meerkat knows." The little camel continued on his way again. He went and went and went until he reached Meerkat. He asked him, "Do you know where is my toothbrush?" He said,
"I saw that. It was in the ant lady's hand, but I don't know why your toothbrush was with her. She lives near a hotel on the road."
The little camel continued his way and went to find the ant lady. He passed through the wind and dirt until he reached the ant lady. He greeted her and said, "Lady Ant, give me my toothbrush. This toothbrush is mine." The ant lady said,
"No, this is not yours. It's my broom. Can't you see that I am cleaning here? It's very dirty here since this morning. I have to clean it."
The little camel told her, "If I don't brush my teeth, they are broken and my tooth hurts." When the lady ant saw that the camel was right, she gave him his toothbrush to brush his teeth every morning.
One sunny day, a little boy lived in a beautiful house with his family and his loving dog. The dog and the boy always played together and were happy. But that day, when the dog went to the boy, he saw that he was very sad and realized that he didn't want to play at all. The dog thought to go and get something for the boy to make him feel happy. He went and went and went until he reached a bakery. He took a piece of bread for the boy and a piece of bread for himself. On the way back, he ate a piece of bread himself and took a piece of bread for the boy, but the boy was not happy at all to see the bread. So he returned to the city. He went back and forth until he reached a cafe. He bought a coffee from that cafe. When he gave the coffee to the boy hated the taste of the coffee. And it's not good for children. He went and went and went until he reached a fruit shop. He ate an apple himself and took another apple for the boy. When the boy saw the apple, he was very happy and took a bite of the apple. The dog understood that the boy was looking for useful and energetic things. That's why he went and went and went until he reached a dairy. He took a large cup of milk from the dairy and returned home. The boy ate both the milk and the apple. When it is full of energy, start playing. The boy and the dog played for hours as before.
On one of the cold winter nights, it had snowed heavily since the previous day. The snowman was alone in the park full of pine trees and crows, looking around and waiting for the kids to enter the park happily. When the children's sounds broke the silence of the park, everywhere was filled with excitement and joy. The kids happily entered the park, and the snowman was crowded around. The snowman wasn't alone. He was very happy because he always liked the bustle of the park and never liked to be alone. The kids played until night, until there was no one left in the park, and it was almost time to leave. The park calmed down. This upset the snowman until there was no one left in the park, and the snowman was alone again. The next day, when the kids came to the park, they saw the sad face of the snowman and realized that the snowman doesn't like being alone. The children started playing again, but the snowman was sad because he knew that the kids would leave him again and he would be alone. So, the kids started making another snowman like him. When the sun went down, the snowman thought that he would be alone. Now the snowman was no longer alone because he has a snowman friend like himself. Their laughter and happiness could be heard far away. Once upon a time, a small rhinoceros lived in a large and green forest. He felt very lonely. Rhinoceros had not seen his friend for a long time, so he wrote a letter to her and hoped to see his friend with this letter. The letter reached the little bird. When she read the letter, her pessimistic friend also heard and told her that
It doesn't miss you. He wants you to get rid of the insects around him. And he is a rhinoceros. He runs on the ground and we fly to the sky.
But the little bird went to the little rhinoceros, and when she reached him, she said,
I missed you, and we had not seen each other for a long time.
And they were both happy. They start to talk to each other and sharing their memories until sunset and having a lot of fun. In the morning, the rhinoceros and the little bird went for a walk together. The bird who wanted to follow the rhinoceros said,
I can fly and it's very difficult for me to walk on the ground.
The rhinoceros thought about this and gave a gift to the little bird at sunset. The bird was very happy. She opened the gift and saw that he got a pair of skate shoes. The next day, she took off her shoes. She was moving fast and the rhinoceros was running after him happily. The little bird was very happy about this incident. She was with her friend and could move on the ground with her skate shoes. When she went to her pessimistic friend, she explained everything to her. And her friend realized that birds can be friends with other animals too.
Once upon a time, in a beautiful village, there lived a girl who was very fond of painting. The girl had a magical brush, and everything she painted became reality. So she tried to paint pictures that would help the people of the village. She painted a dog for the neighbor who was working a lot and was alone. The dog became a reality, and the neighbor was very happy. The homeless man in the village always dreamed of having a house. So the little girl painted a tree house so that he could live there. Whenever the painting was completed, it became a reality. Now, the homeless man had a place to live. Then, she went to see a farmer who was always nervous and upset when harvesting his crops. She asked him, "Why are you always nervous while working?" The farmer said, "Because I have a tractor that is mostly broken, and I can't harvest my crops." The girl painted a new and complete tractor for the farmer. And when it was finished, it became a reality, and the farmer did the work easily. Until one day, the king's soldiers came to the girl and said the king wants to see you. The girl was surprised. When she went to the king, she saw that the king had a bag full of coins and asked her to paint them all so that he would have more money. The girl was very upset. She said, "Okay, I will paint for you." The girl started to paint the rain and flood that is going to come to the palace. When finished, she showed it to the king. The king was surprised and said that this is not my painting. The girl ran away from the palace. A big black cloud went over the palace and started raining. It rained so much that all the palace and its belongings were drowned in water. The king ran away from the palace and realized that he should not have abused the power of the girl.